Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. This is Sandy. Happy Thanksgiving. And my vanilla bean recipe this morning is really unusual. It is bacon, vanilla bean, peanut brittle. Now, peanut brittle is always good. There's a lot of people that like bacon. Throwing in a vanilla bean, how can you go wrong? Well, I'm going to show you how to make it. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. And of course, Joe is my taste tester. And he will see how he likes it. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving. But let's go make some peanut brittle. Well, now the first thing we're going to start with is 1 pound of thick cut bacon. And the thick cut will really work better for you than the thinner cut. And so what we're going to do, we have it on the stove. We're going to fry it up. And then we're going to put on some paper towels because we want to drain all the grease off of it. Now, when you think you have all of it off, I put it in my food processor and just grind it all up. And the surprising thing that you will find is when you open it back up, all the moisture that you see in there. So it's going to have to go back onto the paper towels because we do not want moisture in there. So I'm laying it on the paper towels. And it's about 3 layers thick, and I'm putting more paper towels on top so I can press out any grease that might be there. And in fact, I put a lid with some spices on it so that it would just have real good contact with it. Now what we need is 2/3 cup of water in a large saucepan. And then we're going to add 1 cup of corn syrup to that. And we're going to have our burner on a medium to medium low at this point. We're adding 2 cups of sugar and an entire stick of butter. Now that would be 8 tablespoons of butter. And we need to stir that in and have it melt. Now I'm adding 2 vanilla beans, and I'm not putting the actual bean in there. I'm just going to split and scrape it all out. And so there's all those nice vanilla bean seeds in there. And you can see the butter is starting to melt already. And the idea is that I really want it to first dissolve the sugar. And medium heat to medium low heat works really good. It just depends on your stovetop. You can use a fork, you can use whisk, but see all those beautiful vanilla bean seeds in there? Now when it starts to boil, I'm turning it up to medium high. I'm putting my thermometer in there because I need it to be about 300 degrees before it's done. And I love watching the bubbles. And so I have fun watching it. And you cannot stir it at this point anyway. You need it to get up to the 300 degrees, but don't stir it no matter how much you want to. Just enjoy the bubbles. Now in the meantime, I got 2 cups of dry roasted peanuts. My bacon, I've gotten the moisture out of there. It's all crumbled up, and that's what I want. And we're just giving it some time. It takes about, anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 minutes, depends on your stove, before it's ready. In the meantime, I'm also adding, in a little dish, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm taking my cookie sheet. I'm going to rub butter all over it on the sides and the bottom. And it's still bubbling. When it's about 260 degrees right now, the candy smell, you can have that aroma. When it's almost to 300 degrees, you can see that it's changed color, and you want that golden color. So I'm just taking my thermometer out and I shake it as much so I can get as much out as that's possible. And then we're going to add in that kosher salt and the baking soda, the nuts, the bacon. And I'm going to stir it. And at this point, you have to work really fast. I'm going to take it partway off the burner, turning the burner completely off, You see how I'm just lifting that up as I'm mixing it? And we have our cookie sheet ready. So then we can go over and just dump that right onto the cookie sheet. Be very careful. It is extremely hot. And we're just pushing it around. I should have got a spatula, but I had my whisk still. And then I have it all spread out. So a lot of times I'll shake it and tap it so that I can get the bubbles out of there and it'll spread across the cookie sheet more. And it usually takes anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half for it to completely dry and cool down. And when it gets to that point, it always looks a little bit darker, so you can just lift it right off the cookie sheet, the whole thing. And I just start breaking it apart. And it really just depends on what size pieces you want. Big ones, small ones. I try to get about a medium size. And there I have them all broken up. And I'll just let them dry for a while with them broken. And they're just perfect. So Joe is going to try the peanut brittle that's got bacon and vanilla beans in it. It's crunchy. I can hear the crunch.
That's good, baby.
He's a good taste tester, isn't he?
It tastes good.
Well, here we go. It's peanut brittle with bacon and a vanilla bean. Now, I will see you next Thursday morning because we are making vanilla bean pear jam. Now, that is a good combination. So, everybody, I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving. And I will see you next Thursday morning. Now, tomorrow, Friday morning, I have a live, 9:15 Mountain Standard Time, and we're going to talk about all the good, crazy, fun things we did for Thanksgiving. And I will see you next time.